Today, the new Taoiseach and the ministers will celebrate their elevation to high office. Tomorrow, and in the weeks and months ahead, your government will become known for eco-austerity, for a two-tier healthcare system, and for a worsening housing crisis. A government which represents the rich, the landlords, and big business. It will be a hated government. Remember what dominated during the election: healthcare, housing, and the pension age. Between the election and now, a pandemic showed us the weakness of our public health system and the possibility of incorporating the private system. But instead of a commitment to build a one-tier quality national health service, the programme contains a positive reference to maintaining private healthcare, a continuation of two-tier healthcare, with better healthcare for the better off and worse for the rest. On housing, your programme continues the reliance on the private sector. It's a continuation of rebuilding Ireland. It contains commitments for less building of public housing than was in the Green Manifesto, than was in the Fianna Fáil Manifesto, and even was in the Fine Gael Manifesto. In the words of one of those who negotiated the programme, it will make the homeless crisis worse. On the pension age, you're kicking the increase to 67 down the road, but it's clear that you won't reduce it to 65, and Fine Gael will continue to push for it to go up to 67 and then 68. Rise and the socialist left will not just be making speeches of opposition in the Dáil. We'll be building movements of opposition in the streets, in the communities and in workplaces to defeat this government's plans for a massively hiked carbon tax, to demand the building of public housing and the construction of an Irish NHS. Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael entering government together is not a sign of strength, it's a sign of extreme weakness. It's a last-ditch attempt by the political establishment to hang on to power. In 2007, before the last crisis, the combined vote of FF and FG was almost 70%. Now, as this crisis opens, it's at less than 45%. There's an enormous space in Irish politics for the building of a mass socialist movement. We'll be fighting for a left government to implement a socialist Green New Deal, one based on public ownership and democratic control of the key sections of the economy to transform people's lives for the better and to avoid climate catastrophe.
Thank you, Deputy.